Stephen on the line number one. Good morning, Stephen. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Hey, Bill. It's Stephen Avery.
It's Stephen Avery from
from prison.
From making a murderer.
Well, maybe not for too much longer.
Yeah. Good morning, Stephen. What gives you the reason to call in this morning?
Oh, good morning. I'm a little groggy so far. We had a heck of a party, Olympic party there at prison facility yesterday. So
now, for those that don't know, the Netflix series, which really your series, Stephen, took the world by storm here.
And I didn't take one penny from that there documentary.
Yeah, and
I did not do that, and I also did not do the murder.
And he had
another thing he didn't do.
He had been convicted. He was convicted of murdering someone, or no,
it
was
not
attempted. Let me get it. It was attempted rape in the beginning.
Yeah, it was just
And then you went to prison, and then you got out because the Innocence Project came and defended him. And but then shortly after he got out, he got charged with another crime. In this case, it was a murder, right? And,
I did not do that.
And you're saying you didn't do it, and the whole series, I got to tell you, really looked like you didn't do it. I mean, I'm with you.
I got to just interrupt you. You know, one of my favorite things to do is listen to your show on the radio, pup. And but I got to tell you, you're not talking about my dear nephew. Brendan.
Oh, right. I saw that story.
One of the biggest stories of the hour.
Brendan Dassey. Brendan. He was your nephew, and they
still is, Bill.
Oh, he is. That's a good point. Yeah. And so you're still considering him relative, right? I mean, you don't hold anything against him.
Relatively free too.
Yeah, relatively free. A federal judge has overturned his conviction based on the confession that he gave, which was, Stephen, the confession was just terrible. And
people told him to tell him that he did do it. And
right,
then he said, I did it. And then I said, no, you didn't do it because I didn't do it either, but they told him to say that he did it.
Yeah.
And then we didn't do that.
Yeah.
And he didn't listen to me, and he listened to them, and he did do that.
Yeah, it was terrible. Now I'm all confused. I did it, who did it? Who did what? I mean, you don't even know, right?
Right.
So there's also a new series that is coming out, and it's a Making a Murderer 2, right? There's going to be with updates to your case and to your nephew's case.
Yeah, I actually tried to get him to name it Making a Murderer 2. I didn't do it.
Okay, but they wouldn't do that. No, they
wouldn't do that.
They didn't do it. Yeah. All right, Stephen. Well, anything else further?
The biggest story of all.
Yeah.
The thing that's most important in the state of Wisconsin, it's all over the prison, that Michael Phelps is retiring.
Oh, yeah. So you're a big Michael Phelps fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is retiring, and this would be his second retirement. But yeah, and he goes out certainly a gold winner. That's pretty big, right?
Oh, yeah, he did do that pretty well this morning.
He did that, yeah. All right there, Stephen Avery, thanks.
All right.
Good luck. Okay. So the nephew is getting out.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. The conviction was
not necessarily getting out.
Right.
I have questions about this, but go ahead.
Dassey's conviction was overturned Friday after a judge said in court documents obtained by ABC News that investigators' 4-hour interrogation was littered with leading statements and false promises. The court documents also noted that Dassey was only 16 at the time of his confession, with a below-average intellectual ability, and lacked having the benefit of an adult present to
look out for his interests. That is true. This kid is like a piece of wood. And he's a piece of wood drifting in the water. He'll do whatever somebody says to him, and he does not seem to be at an intellect that allows him to really defend himself, based on watching this. Now, what I don't understand is this is America. Okay. So you appeal the case, a federal judge rules, I'm going to overturn this case based on this ridiculous... You could talk about Stephen Avery till the cows come home, whether he's innocent or not guilty or whatever, but this kid... I don't know how if you watch this Netflix series, you saw the actual confession. Everything was on video. This was real stuff. We weren't watching a recreation. You're watching the actual videotape of the kid giving the confession and being coerced into giving this confession. So what I don't understand is in America, if a federal judge overturns your case, You don't get out for 90 days, and they can appeal it.
Right. The state has the option to appeal or retry the case within 90 days. If the state pursues neither course of action, Dassey will go free. That is according to...
They should just let this go. And by the way, this kid's got to sue. They're going to sue the daylights out of Wisconsin.
Yeah, and well, if he hopefully has the right guidance to do so, because he certainly won't have the wherewithal to do that. But the biggest thing is, so then what does that do for Stephen Avery? Because that confession was really, I think, the only evidence.
It was a part of his case.
A huge part of his case.
No, there was more evidence, but
there was evidence, but still it was a huge part of it. Which means if all of a sudden this evidence isn't valid anymore, what is up with Stephen Avery?
He should at least get a new trial.
Andrew, you're starting to sound like Stephen Avery.
No,
easy. Talk back to Andrew, okay? Back to Andrew. I think he should get a new trial. Yeah. And it shouldn't be in Wisconsin, because I don't think he can get a fair trial in Wisconsin. If you've not watched this series, it's like 10 episodes. If you've not watched it, be careful, because it's addictive. You start watching, you just can't stop. And there's another one coming.
Don't have any valuables near you in the house when you're watching it, because you'll want to just throw something.
Really, what we should be saying is don't allow Andrew in the house while you're watching this, because he throws things. Here's Manasseh with an update. Good morning on Monday morning.
Good morning, Bill. Utica police have identified the man who was shot to death on Friday afternoon on Brinkerhoff Ave. They say 29-year-old Christopher Bush is the victim. He's from Augusta, Georgia, and just recently moved to Utica. Senator Charles Schumer wants Congress to pass a law preventing scalpers from buying tickets to hot events in bulk and then selling them online at outrageous prices. Donald Trump, more criticism for how the media is covering his presidential campaign. He unleashed a Twitter tirade yesterday, repeating claims that he's not only fighting Democratic rival Hillary Clinton, but also the, quote, dishonest and corrupt media. And 5 people confirmed dead from major flooding in Louisiana.
Okay. Today, we're looking at a pretty nice day. Clouds to start, but then the sun will come in, and we'll be looking at partly sunny skies in the high going into the lower 80s, less humidity. But tomorrow, the humidity is back, mid-80s tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms again. Highs again, up around 80 degrees. So that humidity will have a little bit of relief today, but it comes back tomorrow. Currently, some clouds and 66 degrees at WIBX.